It's past 9 a.m. as we continue with the show this morning. We stay in the company of our Salam media listeners and also One Nation 88.9 FM out of Polokwane. We welcome you to the show from now right until 10 a.m. It's time now to focus on World Halal Day. Now, Salam Media has for a number of years been talking about World Halal Day, and just to look at the significance of World Halal Day and just to look at the global trends as far as World Halal is concerned. And we know halal has basically taken off right across the entire world in more ways than one, not only restricted to food, but in terms of a complete halal lifestyle. And this morning, we joined by the chairman of the United World Halal Development. We're talking with Mohamed Jinna, and we want to unpack, we want you to understand everything you need to know about World Halal Day 2022. Mr. Mohamed Jinna, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jummah Mubarak to you, and welcome to the show.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Jummah Mubarak to you, my brother. It's a great pleasure to be today in Radio FM. I'm really happy to meet you once again after a long time.
Gee, Alhamdulillah. In fact, you and I have been talking for a number of years with regards to halal, and just to see, how halal has actually grown over the years right across the entire world. And sometimes we need to just revisit to again, talk about the thinking, the wisdom behind World Halal Day, and also just to understand the vision. So I think before we talk about World Halal Day 2022, just to get some context and some background to the vision behind World Halal Day, Mr. Jinna.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so when we launched World Halal Day, we have registered in United Nations. In 2014, we launched Singapore as the first edition. And 2015, we went to India and we did a very great program with expo, conference, awards, and we do the B2B exhibitions and an investor summit. And 2016, we launched in a very big way in Croatia. 2017, we went to South Korea. And 18th, we were conducted very successful in London. And 19 again, we did a very great program, World Halal Day in Russia, Samara. And pandemic 2020, we have supposed to launch South Africa 2020. Because of pandemic, we have completely not able to move anything. The global has been stopped for traveling. And we moved this program for after 2 years. And I'm very happy. And my entire team members are very much excited to meet all the South African manufacturer, entrepreneurs, and also with the social responsible people in that country.
Yes, well, it's clear, that the vision behind World Halal Day is more than just about food and more than just about, people coming together, because we are talking about a complete lifestyle, but also at the same time, when you're speaking about things like social responsibility. And what I find very interesting, and I'm just reading your vision in terms of, we're looking at a world that is just so much problems. There's a lot of hunger. There's a lot of poverty. There is a lack of nutrition, of healthy nutrition. And the key issue here is also to bridge the gap, the imbalance at this point in time that exists in the world as far as hunger, poverty is concerned, Mr. Jinna.
Yeah, exactly. So most of the time people talking about business, but the vision of World Halal Day, it has the social responsibility, also the business development. So in the social responsibility point of view, the World Halal Day has a 4th theme, food for all, united against hunger, one human community, preserve the nature, which is a very generic terms to regardless of race, regardless of geographical location, regardless of any kind of, we are working with a 100% humanitarian background to help each other, to bring the peace to the world. And halal has bring a harmony with all aspect of the religion, all aspect of the global community at one platform. For food for all, we need to ensure this world, there are a lot of people could not able to find the food. So we have created a food banks in 7 countries. And South Africa, inshallah, we are going to start food banks in South Africa, Durban. Ela Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi's granddaughter, is ambassador in South Africa. She is going to open a food banks in Durban 22nd of March. That is a vision of every single citizen who's been under poverty, he should not feel hunger. At least one time meal he can get it through the food bank initiative.
Yes, and the fact of the matter, and as you mentioned, that United World Halal Development, UNWHD, recognizes World Halal Day, and this is recognized right across the entire world. Now, that speaks volumes in terms of the value of an event like World Halal Day can actually bring, Mr. Jinna.
Yeah, exactly. So, with the 7 years of our edition, we travel across the globe. We do continental base. So, we have done Asia, we have done in America, we have done our program in Europe, and the first time we are launching in Africa. The reason here, South Africa is a gateway to halal industry to bring majority of the industries to come to South Africa to use as a gateway to import export, to develop the Durban port as a free port zone, and make sure that the goods will come through the entire well from Asia to Africa comes through the Durban port. That is the vision, and the government of KwaZulu Natal has helping a lot. The government of South Africa also giving great vision about halal industry, and we are developing this industry into the not only by SME level, we are going for the cottage industry, the people the farmers who produce the food, it can be exported to other countries. That kind of the model which we are putting into place in South Africa.
Yes, I just want to expand a bit more on South Africa and the potential of South Africa to expand halal. And I know, we are talking of right across the entire world. We're talking about networking opportunities, buyers, producers, distributors, and like you mentioned, cottage industries, home industries as well. Just how much potential, from your experience, have you seen South Africa in terms of servicing this mission and the vision of World Halal?
And we did our due diligence before we come to South Africa, and it indicates that South Africa has a very good number of halal certification product. The reason behind, there are very good certification body, I can say Sanha, National South African Trust Authority. These people has done a great job for the past 3 decades, and we have a volume of product being certified, verified, and these are the product can be go through ASEAN market, European market, also as well as the Central Asia. There is a huge demand, but African product not reaching to that continent, and we are connecting the dots through World Halal Day to bring South African product to go global. That is a complete initiative we have taken this time.
Yes, and also it's not only about food that we're talking about complete halal lifestyle, because there is still a lot more potential in other areas as well, Mr. Jinna.
True, exactly. See, and again, the misconception about halal, people think that halal is only for related to Islam and Muslim. It's not like that. Halal is a mankind. Halal for all the people who's thinking about the ethical way of life. The lifestyle which we are talking about, the modest clothing, the way you speak, the way you see, the way you hear, it should be halal. So we are practicing in halal in all aspects of life, not only for Muslim, and all the mankind, whoever practicing these principles, they are in the halal segment. See, the contract which somebody is signing between America or South Africa, the contract must be in a halal way, more ethical way. There is no hidden agenda, no people having a intention to cheat others. So halal is playing a major role to bring into the main industry, and people non-Muslim also feel that halal is a very comfort zone to travel.
Yes. Now, just looking at the level of support that you have received in South Africa for World Halal Day and the initiatives and to advance whatever you obviously intend in terms of your vision and your mission, what level of support have you got here in South Africa?
It's immense support has been given by the government authorities, and KwaZulu Natal has taken this initiative into the government level authorities, and all the government authority has given 100% support to establish halal movement in the country, South Africa. Not only as a country level, they are seeing as a regional leader to position halal will be the master piece into South African government.
Yes, and also just looking at the local communities, apart from just government agencies and organizations that you have been talking to, and I'm sure you've been talking to many people like business chambers, people that are in the business field, but also just ordinary people, in terms of the level of engagement. What sort of engagement has there been till
and and
today?
and, and we are working with all the NGOs, all the Chamber of Commerce in South African Chamber of Commerce, Minara Chamber of Commerce. Majority of the Chamber of Commerce has extended their support to us. Also the NGOs who wanted to establish the social responsibility, CSR activity, corporate social responsibility will be placed. Even though they are halal certified manufacturer, they ensure that there are green initiative in this country. We plant a lot of trees across the globe during World Halal Day. In 22nd of March, we plan to sapling about 1,000 to 2,000 trees across South Africa. That's one of the initiative we are doing it. So many factories producing the carbon, and we need to zeroize the carbon. It's also part of the World Halal Day initiative. It's not one day event. We are making sure that the people in the industry to follow suit because of the today's global warming and also with the climate change. This will help the halal industry as an ecosystem. When you produce halal food and you have to take care of your country, the ecosystem will be protected. The natural preservation will be protected in such a way the trees, more green, and the water should be clean for everyone's usages.
Yes. Now, Mr. Jinna, I'm sure that even when one looks at the business world, and we are talking about the mega corporations, we're talking about, the major players right across the entire world, they definitely have seen a value in halal. And I'm sure through your experience, and as you mentioned, all the countries that you have been involved in as well. And I'm sure all these major corporates have seen a lot of value, and I'm also certain that you are talking to these major corporates as well, because when one looks at the growth of halal throughout the entire world, and sometimes, as we said, we restrict it to Islam and to Muslims, but also we've seen the growth of Islam. We've seen the growth of Muslims right across the entire world. We've seen it in Europe. We see it in the United States of America. And with all of that, all of them would want to embrace a halal lifestyle. And this is where I think the major corporates see a lot of value as well in ensuring that they also, are part of the growth in the world halal industry.
Yeah, absolutely. This is where the point which I try to to educate the people, the industrial people, the major distributor in the global. So halal has a value. Halal is not only for just a stamp which you can see the product, the end of the product, the label, the logo. It's not like that. It's a complete life cycle, and people manufacturing with the right contact, with the no harmful chemicals involved, and good product, hygienic product, good suitable for human consumption. It's not only for Muslim consumption. And halal always been treated that halal means is only for Muslim consumption. We are trying to change the momentum. Halal is for the human consumption, the good product, hygienic product, good for human consumption. That kind of narrative we are moving into the direction for the future.
Yes. Now, just looking at it from a marketing perspective, because I know you spend a lot of time as well marketing World Halal over the years, and I've seen it over and over again. You and I have spoken before as well. We've done a few interviews in the past, and just looking at ensuring that the momentum is there all the time, maintaining the awareness, and making sure that World Halal is being promoted all the time. And this is where I suppose, there are other players as well in terms of marketing, in terms of advertising, in terms of media as well to promote World Halal. And that, I suppose, for you is an ongoing exercise, Mr. Jinna.
Yeah, true. It's an ongoing effort. We are not stopping at one ground, and we are going for introduce the new product, new initiative, new challenges in this environment. For example, I give one example. Singapore has introduced lab grown meat, which is a new, and we need to educate the people, the industrial people, what is lab grown meat, which is called synthetic meat. So how we educating the people what is difference between the natural meat and synthetic meat. what is halal is going to be taking part of it, and what are the concerns, the human consumption. But you can't see today, maybe in future, people consuming this kind of food, what's going to happen for the immune system of the mankind, the human body. So the COVID has teaching a lot of good example in this 2 years. What we notice, I travel few countries during the COVID period, and many countries, especially with China, Taiwan, the consumer mindset has changed. They're looking for halal certified product because they feel that halal certified product has been ensure food safety and food security. So halal is moving to the another direction, not mandatory to the Muslim to consume as a halal. Now the non-Muslim also feel halal certification product, it's good for consumption, food safety and food security playing a part in halal certification.
Yes, and just finally, Mr. Jinna, just some final thoughts and looking at the South African market, looking at South African consumers, we're looking at producers and anybody else who wants to get involved in the halal industry. What would you tell them?
No, we are welcoming all the people, South African community and Durban community, especially the business community, startup, the people, the young generation who wanted to be in this industry. So please welcome, and this opportunity is a very big opportunity. And there are a lot of big companies from different parts of the world, the great speakers coming along the way from Asia to Europe. So they have a immense knowledge, and they have 20 to 30 years of halal industry. So we are welcoming all the young generation of South African Durban community to come and attend that 2 3 days conference, to exchange the ideas with the expertise and to develop the initiative to bring South African product to global. That's the bottom line. We are moving forward.
Yes, and let's just confirm the dates of this conference.
March 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 3 days.
Jazakallah khairan so much for that, Mr. Jinna. And it's wonderful as always, talking to you and catching up with you once again and providing us with the update. We wish you well. We wish everybody at World Halal well as well, inshallah. And as we mentioned, the benefits are huge. The benefits are massive. And Allah accept, Allah reward your efforts as well. And looking forward to engaging with you once again, inshallah, sometimes in the future.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
Walaikum
barakatuh.
assalam rahmatullahi barakatuh.
That was Mohamed Jinna joining us, World Halal Day chairman of the United World Halal Development, and everything you need to know about World Halal Day. This is huge. This is a massive and a lot of potential with regards to halal and the halal lifestyle. The time is just gone 9:37 a.m. We're going to go for a break. We'll be back.